What did you guys find out from your research?
I found out that Disney Plus, and Disney Plus.
I mean, that's later after. That's later after what 2000.
No, it is only the House of Disney. Let's let Sam intro the show this time. I haven't heard Sam intro the show in forever.
No, Sam.
Yeah, go ahead. Intro the show.
Ready to be.
The show.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
It's taking you forever to do it, too.
All right, what's going on, people? This is us from Everybody Gets One. We got
It's
CC.
us.
We got Rio. We got Alex.
Hey,
we got
everybody.
me, Sam. Today we're talking about Marvel.
Did you
Comics.
forget
He
CC?
totally
I
did.
said no. I
said-
did
no.
not. Oh my god!
He said CC
Did you guys
first.
not hear me?
I heard it. I heard you.
Thank you.
Sorry, Sam. Hi.
Anyways, today we're talking about Marvel Comics, the history,
Disney Plus.
characters, all the whole 9 yards. So, what did you guys find out from your research?
I found out that Disney Plus, and Disney Plus.
I mean, that's later after. That's later after what 2000.
No, it is only the House of Disney. Continue.
Nah, that was the House of Disney. But
So that was a short episode. Disney Plus, Disney Plus, Disney Plus. All right.
No.
Goodbye, everyone.
So it's
Yeah.
all right. Before the show started, I was trying to get Sam to quiz me, and I asked Sam what Marvel Comics was called before it was Marvel Comics,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually sprinkle this in a lot of the movies and the television shows.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it like in the backgrounds. So what Marvel was before it was Marvel was Timely. You'll see like different shops in the backgrounds of movies or, Marvel TV shows that'll be named Timely. So they're still paying homage to that even to this day.
They got no
but,
choice. They
Right.
better.
But the Marvel era started in 1961.
True.
Yes,
And-
that's when it started. That's when it
That's
started.
when the
Yes,
Marvel
that-
era started.
That's when the
Yes.
Marvel era started, correct.
Yes.
And do you guys know what the first comic book that they launched was? The
I-
first. Go ahead, Cece. Go ahead.
Spider-Man.
Close. Spider-Man actually, his very first issue, he has a crossover with these comic book characters. Now I'll give it away a little bit.
No.
You don't want me to
Okay,
give
go
it
ahead.
away?
Go ahead.
All right. So, do you know who Marvel's first family is?
Yes, the Fantastic Four.
Yes. So
Ta-da.
that was their first title, created by the legends,
I
Stan
got
Lee,
comics for reference.
Jack Kirby, and Steve Ditko.
Oh, I should have used
1961. Yeah.
Yep.
Use this one. This is
So, all right, let me hand it off. Let me hand it off. Let's see, who should I hand it off to?
To the Jews.
Alex.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
What?
I
Did I say
heard.
something?
Yes, you did, but finish.
Oh.
Go.
Oh, so I don't even know where I want to start. Okay, so Stan Lee, Disney Plus, Disney Plus, Disney Plus, Disney Plus, Disney Plus, Disney Plus, Disney Plus.
That is not. Stop it.
Hey.
Okay, all right. So obviously, we all know it was created by Stan Lee. In his early days, his dreams was to create a novel, but he didn't start off doing novels. Does anyone know what he started off doing?
He was a clerk.
What did he start off doing before all that? This nigga
He was in the military.
before all that. This man was
Really?
writing. Yeah, he was writing obituaries. That's what he had to start off writing.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Goddamn
That's right.
obituaries in the newspaper.
Yeah.
That
That's
freaking
right.
sucks. So that's what he started off doing. Obviously, this was before we were recording, but he started off just running errands at Timely Comics at first. He wasn't even like working. He was like, go get my ink type of work.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
what
Right.
he was doing at first. Then he finally got some more responsibilities. We should say what Timely is created. Timely is responsible for Captain America, Namor, and the original Human Torch. So,
which was an android, I think.
yeah, it was an android that caught on fire for some reason. Probably bad wiring, but
All the time, though.
yeah, it's the 50s, and they didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Hold on. What was that character called? He was called the Human Torch back
Yes,
then?
he was called the Human
even
Torch.
back then. That's
Yep.
right. You know that idea of that character made an appearance in Captain America: The First Avenger.
It did?
Yes. When
I kept falling asleep in that movie because it was
How
trash.
dare you?
But continue.
How dare you?
What? I don't have to like everything in the House of Disney. It was
Alex.
trash.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute. The very first Captain America was trash, but continue on.
Yes, it was.
And you agree? All right. Yeah, we're gonna argue. We're
Come on,
arguing.
you know the
That's
second
fine.
one was better than the first.
The second
It
one
was.
destroyed. No, the second one destroyed the first one. But let's go back to 1950s. Go ahead, continue on.
It wasn't that bad, but Iron Man was better. But
Yes,
Everything
I'll
was
agree
better.
with that. Yes,
what I find,
but it wasn't trash.
yeah, I would,
Trash.
trash is a strong word.
Very
There you go.
strong
You-
word, and I mean it.
This
What?
episode's about to end like the DC episode.
All right, so
But go ahead, go back
Huh.
to the 50s. What were you about to say? You was about to say something, Rio.
What was very interesting about Marvel Comics is obviously they were the late bloomers in comparison to
Yeah, to DC and the plethora of comics that were going through them.
so it's like they have just as much in common as much as they don't, because they have the whole element of like patriotism, Captain America versus Superman, stuff like that. But you know, Marvel was basically in the middle of the Civil War. So the context in which they have, you know, like the elements in which their patriotism shows up is different than what it was, you know, when DC Comics came out. So I just thought that was real interesting. And of course, they have like just not your everyday typical superheroes. Like Spider-Man is a teenager, and Stan Lee was saying that he got a lot of pushback because they're like, teenagers are supposed to be sidekicks. They can't be superheroes.
Yeah, they can't be mainstream.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so.
Which I can, you know what, I can actually segue off of that. So you know that when he presented the idea of Spider-Man to the publishers, like Cece said, they were like, "Nah, we don't like it because teenagers are supposed to be sidekicks, and nobody wants to like deal with a character who has like real life problems. Like that's not a superhero."
Mhm.
So the whole reason that Stan Lee even he just couldn't get the idea of Spider-Man out of his head. So when the publisher, they were kind of going through some problems or whatever, and they had Amazing Fantasy was the title. And Amazing Fantasy 15, it wasn't running very well. It wasn't selling very well. So Stan was like, all right, well, this is the last issue. And the last issue, they kind of give you freedom to write whatever the hell you want because it doesn't matter at that point.
Mhm.
So he went ahead and went through with the Spider-Man story that he always had. And then that issue like sold like hotcakes. So then that was when he got his first issue, which is where he meets up with the Fantastic Four, which was their most popular book at the time. So that was the start of Spider-Man.
Yay. Sam, want to jump in here at any point in time?
Yeah, sure. I mean, by the late 1960s, Marvel pretty much established themselves as the industry leaders. And then by 1969, Mark Goodwin negotiated a new distribution deal with Curtis Circulation Distribution Company to release as many titles as was demanded. So they had the Hulk, X-Men, Spider-Man, Thor, Iron Man, all
Blasting out at the same year and shit.
yeah, pretty much. And then also, I mean, by 1972, Stan Lee became the publisher and president
Mm.
of Marvel, and they in that same year they also beat DC in sales.
Mm. Mm.
So, and then also in the 90s, Marvel was able to acquire new fans and put out media toward new audiences, like, you know, TV shows. You know, we had X-Men.
Mhm.
And then also with that, you know, Marvel had some financial troubles too, right?
Yeah.
They went bankrupt. And the person that helped them out was Toy Viz. And
I
because
remember
of that,
Toy Viz.
yeah, because of that, they had X-Men, X-Men toys, Iron Man toys, and we all know that the success of
Trash. Go ahead.
the success of a animated TV shows kind of like based on toy
Yeah.
sales.
hmm
That's why Static Shock never had I think a third season.
Mm.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
Phil,
can't.
Phil Lamar touched on it. He was like, yeah, because we didn't really have any good like toy sales. That's why Static Shock kind of like toned it down. But it's still a very iconic show because it touched on things that all the other kind of animated shows didn't touch on, like race, drugs, and all the other stuff.
Right.
Um, let's see. Yep.
Oh, no,
Go
go ahead. Oh, all right. Well, what I was gonna say is like you were saying in the '90s, Marvel had the animated shows or whatever, and the toy sales were looking good. But let's not forget the David Banner Incredible Hulk TV show,
Oh yeah, my mom
Yeah.
loved that show.
and my uncles love that shit.
Yeah.
And let's not also forget one of my favorites, Japanese Spider-Man.
Japanese Spider-Man was hilarious.
Yes. And there was actually an American version too that
What?
this
They Americanized it?
Yeah, there was an American in the 70s. There was an American. It was very. I think it might have.
Oh, are you
It
talking about
might
the
have-
one where Spider-Man doesn't talk and it's just like a thought bubble or something that pops up above his head? And he's
I'm
talking
not
like
sure.
the kids and shit.
But what I remember was his web shooters were on the outside of his costume,
I think
and
that
that
might-
Well,
actually
the American
that
version?
yes, in the American version,
Okay.
and that actually inspired their design for the Scarlet Spider when he came out.
But I know the Japanese version, they used he had a device to basically help him transform into Spider-Man, right?
Yes,
which
yes.
doesn't make any sense.
Which is basically
Yeah.
similar like how they kind of, I guess
The
it
Power
was
Rangers.
related to they got the idea
Sentai.
from Kamen Rider.
Yeah, so
Yes,
Sentai
yeah.
shows, Super Sentai shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they basically took Spider-Man and Super Sentai him to death.
yeah.
Here's a giant robot, you know.
Basically.
Mm.
But
Mhm.
also in the late 90s and early 2000s,
Oh, got the sniffles.
there's like there's like a whole bunch of Marvel properties became major movie franchises, and it all started with Blade.
Thank you.
Yeah, we all started with Blade because Blade came out in 1998, followed by X-Men in 2000. Then
Yep.
Spider-Man came out in 2002.
I don't acknowledge any of those anymore. House of Disney.
How dare you?
Right.
So,
Plus.
we gotta give it up for Wesley Snipes.
right.
Hey man, I'm about to bring back my Disney Plus rant. All right. There's only
Yeah.
one house.
Like,
Yep.
okay.
Marvel
since
has to create enough of a market and enough of an empire on its own for Disney to even
Mhm.
want to buy them in the first place.
For the House of Disney, our Lord and Savior, to pick them up. Save their life.
Program Alex, you guys.
I ain't no
So-
reprogramming me, man. House of
So-
Disney.
You do know the first Iron Man was under Paramount.
It doesn't matter. Disney Plus. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Disney
Disney Plus, Disney Plus, Disney Plus.
Oh, speaking of
Fuck you guys.
speaking of
Disney
Iron
Plus.
Man, in
Yeah.
the cartoon, like in the early
The cartoon was trash.
I know, but in the early in the
Oh.
early series, he was dealing with alcoholism.
Yeah, he was a drunk. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. They didn't care what they showed us. And it was like, nah, nigga, you gonna see all this shit. This nigga a drunk.
Yep.
He's a womanizer.
Much of a drunk in the movies.
Nah, shit. He was a drunk.
He was
They
like-
took
He was drinking on the job. No, he was drinking on the job when he first got there.
yeah, he was a functional alcoholic.
Yeah, he had a martini. He had a whole little machine that busted out martinis when he
Yeah,
showed off
that's
them. Them
the
little-
missiles.
Yeah, the
Yep.
what were they called? The Jericho missiles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Mad normalized.
yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, in Iron Man 2, he was like full on alcoholic when he was pissing in the suit.
Oh yeah, yeah. He pissed in the suit. He's like, I just pissed.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
you know. But
we wouldn't have had any of this. without
oh,
our
here
Lord
we
and
go.
Savior,
Here we go.
Disney Plus.
Wow.
I swear they must be putting money in your bank account at some point.
Right, because he hasn't dropped the N bomb yet. He just been saying.
I can't on
Yeah, I know.
the Disney Plus special.
Oh, one.
Not on
we
the
don't want to
Disney
be
Plus special.
we don't want to be demonetized.
Yeah, not well. I don't want to be demonetized by my Lord and Savior, Disney Plus.
Oh my god.
This dude.
You guys know that
Get that
Yeah,
Iron Man out of the middle of that shirt.
that in
Disney Plus.
1996, Marvel had a rough year because
They went broke.
was it 96? No. I think it was before that when a whole bunch of no, it was after that. There was a whole bunch of artists that pretty much left Marvel and went to DC.
Oh yeah, and
They
created
started
Image
Image.
Comics.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we forgot all about our
Yeah.
Image boys
Yeah.
who were working for Marvel at the time.
Uh-huh.
I guess we don't have to rehash them.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
If you guys
I
want to know
remember
about
that.
them, go back to our Image Comic Books episode.
Yeah.
Yes. They did have a hard time because when those artists left, I remember during that comic era, the art was trash. Like
Yep.
they were digging through the bottom of the barrel to get somebody to draw their stuff. I
Yeah.
was like, yuck. But now they got Joe Mad for a while. Joe
But you know-
Madureira.
They're not the only people that switched over to DC.
Who else?
Joe Simons and Jack Kirby.
Oh yeah. I forgot about
Yeah.
Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
I think that was short lived though.
For about
Yeah,
I think
I
4 or
think-
5 years.
Yeah, because they went over there and created the New Gods for DC, which was basically, or no, did the New Gods predate? I can't remember what the time frame was for that, but it was like a Thanos situation, like
Yeah.
Darkseid,
Darkseid,
Thanos,
Thanos.
New Gods, whatever Marvel's got from that. The
Eternals.
the Eternals. There you go,
Yeah.
or the
The co-
Inhumans.
You mean the copycat wars
Oh, whatever.
that we want to
Yeah.
pretend never happened?
Listen.
It happened.
Doesn't
Both
matter.
companies have
Even
people
though I'm
with
still
great powers.
even though I'm collecting a Disney Plus check, I'm admitting it did happen. There was a copycat war. Like I cannot deny that there was a copycat war.
I don't see that logo.
You do know where they were coming up with the idea for the Fantastic Four was, right?
No, enlighten me.
They were literally told, "Hey, you see the Justice League? Make that, but make it here." And then Stan Lee came up with the idea of, okay, well, how about I make them a family and make them have problems? So he basically said, Justice League, but problems. So they did a team up. We're going to have our team up, but we're going to create problems around them, which is the smart thing to do. It's a very smart thing to do.
So basically, he didn't make the Justice League, is what you're telling me.
Well, he said he fleshed it out. That's all he did. He was
So
like,
ju-
okay. Because remember, during that comic book era, you couldn't put anything. Well, you could, but they weren't over there at DC. They weren't putting anything really crazy out there. It was Marvel who came up with the idea of, okay, well, you want me to create this? Well, how about I just push it this much more over the edge? And just by doing that, you got a new audience. You got a more adult audience. You got new people coming in. But
Right.
let's not deny the copycat war.
Yeah. I mean, it was also Marvel
A
that
dark time in
published-
Disney's history.
It's also Marvel that published that whole I think it was like a 3-part series of Spider-Man where he had to fight the Green Goblin and it was like a drug war going on.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did Spider-Man ever,
Green Goblin
No,
was throwing
no.
Okay.
little pumpkins.
But basically you find out that Harry Osborn was like doing drugs and stuff like that.
I mean, that sounds about right. He rich.
Yeah. But they
Hold on.
they pretty much they didn't get in trouble by the what's that comic book association that pretty much
Yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot what it's called, but we all know what it is.
yeah.
Mhm.
So hold
Rich
on.
people don't do drugs.
Hold on. So you're trying to say Harry Osborn was snorting that cocaine?
Nah, he was doing pills.
they
showed him like
Opioid epidemic.
they showed him taking pills like
Foreshadowing.
it was candy. So
taking them purple pills, man. The blue and yellow purple pills.
Maybe he had erectile dysfunction. We don't know.
That's true too. We definitely do not know.
in college.
Yeah, that can happen. Watching too much porn.
Premature erectile dysfunction.
Too much porn could do that to you.
Oh my god.
Sam, you're the hentai master. Don't you act all
I am
shy
not
here.
the hentai master.
That's hashtag hentai master.
Hentai master.
Plantain Poppy,
The hentai.
hentai master. Oh, that's the title of a book.
Anyways,
Plantain Poppy, hentai master.
so what are y'all some of your favorite Marvel movies from the MCU?
How we just skip to the MCU that fast?
Favorite Marvel.
Because
We ain't trying to talk about.
MCU movies. Go ahead.
How about we start off with
Shut up.
the cartoons that we all love?
Yeah, I was gonna say because I liked the X-Men show, but I didn't really. The movies were kind of like a letdown overall.
Yeah, the movies were.
I agree.
Yeah. But I loved the 90s cartoon. In fact, that was like what really made me fall in love with Marvel so much because there's just no show.
Me too. Me too. It was the '90s cartoon.
No show like X-Men, and all the characters were like so distinct.
Mm-hmm. It was weird seeing that many characters had like, and you cared about all of them. It was that many
Yeah.
characters,
They developed all the characters.
except for Morph.
They killed off more for the first episode.
I know, except for Morph. I forgot about Morph. I ain't gonna lie. I rewatched the entire series like 2 years ago. I forgot that even happened to Morph.
Well, yeah.
Wow, that's the first episode.
I know,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. I do remember here's the crazy thing. I remember him coming back when Mr. Sinister like warped his
Yeah.
brain,
Yep.
Yeah.
but I forgot all about him getting shot up by that Sentinel. I forgot all about that shit. That's how
They were pretty
unforgettable
much
he was to me.
infiltrating the base.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
had-
I think they were trying to break out Beast at the time. Wasn't he in jail?
Mm.
They did a lot that first episode.
All I remember is them like trying to get through a fence.
Yeah,
Like,
they were trying to get
Wolverine,
through a
like
fence.
sliced it. Yeah,
I think they were trying to get like they established like that first episode
I gotta watch it.
told so much.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
Jubilee at the mall in that first episode.
And
Yeah.
Storm
When she
and
met Storm.
Rogue.
Yeah, when she met Storm and Rogue when the Sentinels were coming.
And Gambit.
Um,
And Cyclops.
what's his
all at the
name?
mall.
Professor Xavier was trying to recruit a new kid at that time, and a Sentinel was walking down the street, and that's when Cyclops blasted him in the middle of the street.
Mm.
You had Morph, Wolverine, all trying to bust into the. I think they were trying to bust out Beast, if I'm not mistaken. Like Beast was in jail in the beginning; he was not free.
No, I thought Beast got locked up after.
Oh no, yeah, he
they
got locked
broke
up
in.
after they broke in. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
after they broke
He
in.
got clipped that same day. This nigga went to jail.
Yeah.
First episode.
Because it had like relationship drama.
Yeah, they had
Yep.
love triangles.
Yeah, I remember that episode where Scott found his lost brother, but he didn't know that was his brother.
Yeah.
They were fighting each other. They were
yeah,
throwing
yeah.
beams at each other, but they kept like getting nullified.
What was his name?
Havoc.
Yeah,
No.
that's one of his brothers.
That's from the. Hold on. That's the movie change. No. That's the movie change. Don't ever say that name again. It's not Havoc. Havoc is his own character.
No, Havoc is his brother.
Havoc
His-
is his brother.
His name isn't Havoc.
Yeah, but
That's his mutant.
That's
That's
his
his
brother.
like alias.
No,
Like
that's not his
Cyclops.
real. No.
It's.
no,
I'm
no.
telling you, it's Havoc. It's
Scott
always been
Summers'
Havoc.
brother. No, in the cartoon it wasn't. He was
I
shooting
think
his
his name-
beams from his hand.
I think his name is Alex. Alex.
Yeah, Alex Summers.
yes,
His name
yes,
wasn't Havoc.
His name. It's. Look it up
His
right
mutant
now.
name is Havoc. His born name is Alex
Yes.
Alexander.
His name was always Havoc.
Yes.
Yes.
But there's also another Havoc, the Native American guy,
No, that's
No.
that's I was about to call him Nightwolf.
Forge.
Forge, yeah.
No, Forge is the one.
that's the Native
Forge
American
is Native
one.
American. Yep.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
it.
Native
he's
American.
Native American, but his
He has
mutant
no
power-
leg. He has no leg.
Yes,
That's the one
his
he has
mut-
no arm.
No, he has no leg as
he,
well.
he might have no leg and no arm, but they're metal. They're like
some bio metal.
they're like
shit.
cable.
Yeah, basically like cables.
His
Situation.
mutant power is he can just create anything. He
Yeah,
can
he's
like
just smart.
build anything. He's like Tony Stark, but a mutant.
Speaking of, I told you about how they changed Tony Stark's like origin and shit, right? They did a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah, they did. We're not talking about that.
Oh my god! As far as I'm concerned, Tony Stark is the son of the Starks. He is not a clone. He's not no alien shit.
Yeah,
he
that
got
was
no mutant
stupid.
power. That was dumb.
That
When
was
I read
really
that
dumb.
shit, I was like, I'm not participating.
I would have warned you against that.
I'm not participating in any of it.
That's-
Yeah,
Why would you do that?
I don't know. They were bored.
It
Someone-
got
they were
Weird.
really bored.
It got weird when his body got destroyed and he had to clone his body and
Yeah.
put his consciousness back inside of his clone.
which
That's
makes
when
no
it got
sense.
totally
So that
weird
means
for
you're
me.
not Tony Stark.
You know it's bad when it's getting weird for Iron Man.
I know.
I know, right? Yeah.
'Cause what they were trying to do is just basically push the Marvel MCU universe. So they're like, so hey, look, Iron Man's comic is back out. Hey, look everybody, look at Iron Man. Look at what he's doing now. Pay attention to Iron Man. I'm like, No, you don't have to kill him and do all this weird shit with him
Yeah.
for you to pay attention to him. Just if you can't come up with a good story now, just don't do it.
Right.
Like another thing they
Exactly.
did, like when Marvel was having their financial issues and licensing out characters,
Mhm.
when Disney picked them up, if you notice in the comics, they would purposefully slow down on X-Men comics, slow down on the Hulk stuff, slow down on certain things because they didn't have the rights to certain characters. We
Right.
didn't see much Fantastic Four stuff. They pulled after Marvel vs. Capcom 3, they pulled out all the X-Men characters, pretty much all of them, out of
Basically.
Marvel versus Capcom Infinite, that
Infinite,
trash ass
yeah.
video game. They basically tried to make it around the whole Infinity Gauntlet story. I'm like, no, man, like just if you're not gonna make something good, don't make it at all. Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
Fact.
Don't take my check away, Disney.
Yeah.
If
I
you're gonna
gotta see
make
this
like,
check.
but when I smell trash, like, I'm sorry.
Disney they bought them. Didn't they buy them after all of this?
Yeah, they ended up buying them after all. So I'm like, what was the point of you doing all that if you're gonna just spend the bread anyway? You're going to spend the bread.
Right. Well, you know what? In some ways, it was actually a good thing that they throttled back on those comics because the storylines that they were writing for them weren't that great anyway. Like after House of M, it just kind of became a shit show.
Yeah, they didn't know what to do.
You know, so
Well,
It was better.
House of M gave us Avengers versus X-Men. That wasn't trash. So that's not trash. That happened after. Yeah, that happened
Avengers.
after House of M.
Yeah, but that was also when. Well, yeah, you're right. You know what? Because all the mutants hadn't gotten their powers back quite yet.
Wait, who
Yeah, none
died
of them
during
did.
that whole thing? Who died?
Yeah, it was who died during Avengers versus X-Men.
Yeah.
Nobody really died. Well, it within that story, Professor Xavier died.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Cyclops
killed him.
Yeah, he
He
was
killed
part
him
of
in
the,
a pretty epic way too.
yeah,
It's
he was
pretty-
part of the Phoenix
good.
Five, and he realized where he was.
Oh,
and just
so I
ruined his
think
burn.
I think I was talking to Alex about this, but when they revealed that Cyclops was dead, and then Emma Frost was like basically projecting,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cyclops,
fucking-
I was,
yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
That's fucked up.
yeah,
You
that was pretty
projected
neat.
dead
That was
man.
good.
That,
That
I
was
mean, that was
fucked
that
up.
was it was, but yo, man, to go this long writing about Cyclops doing this, doing that, but it was always her. Yeah,
Well, it was because Cyclops died from the Terrigen Mist, and he was the voice of mutant kind at that
Yeah,
point.
at
Like,
that point,
everybody
yeah.
was following him.
Yeah,
So
he
he
couldn't be dead. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was too powerful to be dead.
yeah. He made Magneto his bitch.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Cyclops.
Oh my God.
Cyclops was gangster at that point.
like okay. So explain to me how
When you-
he could punk Magneto because
No, because he was so hardcore. Because you know how Scott is. Scott is the Boy Scout, and he's like super hard on the Boy Scout. So when he started saying, you know what, man, fuck all this. Don't nobody respect us. We need to do our own thing. We need to, stick together. He went even more hardcore in the way he was speaking. Was even more hardcore than Magneto. So Magneto was like, nigga, like, what happened to you? Like, he literally asked him, like, you good? Like, he was like, I'll follow you, I guess. And he literally ended up following. If you notice that all through all of this, Magneto's following Scott Summers. He's not, oh, I am Magneto, master of magnetism. My own.
He's not all about, I gotta
He
protect
is-
Genova and all this other
Exactly.
shit.
He is following Scott. Scott is clearly the alpha male in this in this group.
well,
Like-
now Magneto is following Professor X.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because that whole like
That's his
timeline
boy, but
shift
yeah,
thing, you know that.
But that's his boy. Come on, like
Yeah.
But I don't
that's
know
his
if
boy.
House of X and Powers of X. It shows Xavier's always been sneaky
Yeah, well,
and like
that's
underhanded
true.
and
That's
you know just kind of
He
doing what he.
has,
But he's like basically a drug dealer now in the comics. They turned Professor X into
yeah.
the dude from Breaking Bad.
I think you were telling me about those plants.
Heisenberg.
Those plants
yeah,
on that,
those plants can cure cancer and any.
Yeah,
we gotta tell the
other
people what we're
disease.
talking about. Those explain it. Tell the people what we're talking about.
What the heck are they called? What's the island that they live on now? And the island itself is a mutant.
Your
J-
finger is
shoot.
like right in the screen.
Don't worry
Because
about
your
my fingers.
your dumbass camera is at the bottom of your computer.
Yeah, we'll find out what the name of the island is, Sam. And the island also has its own
Krakoa.
language.
Krakoa.
Krakoa. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Krakoa grows this plant that for regular humans, it cures all their ailments. Cancer, all disease, with Alzheimer's.
And it stopped Corona.
It extends your life.
Shut the fuck up.
It probably would. That's what we need.
I know. We need to go to Krakoa right now, nigga.
It extends your life by like 5 or 10 years. I wanted to say.
It was like more than that.
For the humans, well, I don't think he can.
Oh,
do much
so
more.
pretty much it turns you black.
No, cause here,
Black don't crack, nigga.
don't
Black
get
don't
me
crack.
and CC started on it. Yeah, but not the lifespan of it because we
Anyway.
our diets are too bad.
Sam looked like
Yes, let's
for
go off
mutants-
onto something else.
For mutants, it's like a drug for mutants, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a drug for mutants, but it's
And
a
it
cure
doesn't
for
it bring you
humans.
back to life or some shit like that? The island brought Professor Xavier back to life. I think they shot him.
No, so Professor X teamed up with Mr. Sinister, and you know Mr. Sinister's MO. He collects the DNA of like everybody.
Yeah, and weren't they like all in little
Yeah.
cocoons? So if
So-
you die, you just get transported into the cocoon or some shit. Like
Right, yeah, they bring you back, and then he can.
that. Which is another bullshit thing. Oh, God,
Well, no,
Marvel.
the way they explain it is cool because remember the guy who we were talking about earlier, Forge, the Native American dude?
Yeah.
For years, Professor X had him building a smaller version of Cerebro. And whenever you see
Yeah,
Professor X now,
With the
he's
new
got
one,
that X, that
small
helmet,
one. Yeah.
that thing that he's walking around with all the time, that's Cerebro.
Yeah.
Like, that's how compact it is now. So he can
You got
use
Google
that.
Glass of Cerebro.
Right, exactly. So he uses that to basically, remind everybody who they are. It enhances his power. It's just they're super OP right now, but I'm wondering how they're gonna
Like end that.
So, so with the flowers of Krakoa, there's like 3 different drugs. There's drug L, drug I, and drug M.
I
Drug
think I'm
L
on L.
basically extends a human's life by 5 years.
Longevity.
I is it's an antibiotic, and M is basically a pill to cure like diseases of the mind. And also these
Ooh.
plants, these flowers basically create a gateway to any place in the world too.
Oh yeah, they getting high
Right.
as shit. Creates a gateway, nigga. You seeing shit.
It's a gateway drug.
Yeah, it's a gateway drug, literally.
Jesus.
God damn, you must be high as fuck if you start creating portals and shit. Like, God damn.
You know,
Religion.
so I was actually thinking, have you guys thought about how they're gonna introduce the mutants into the MCU since they've never existed up until this point?
Yes, the Eternals. 'Cause
Well, how are the Eternals gonna
the Eternals
explain
are our backstory. That's a backstory. That's before the MCU even exists. So they can just be like, all right, well, this is the way everything is. They're going to have their own little fights or whatever. There's going to be some bullshit on the moon or some shit, something floating in space. The whole event with the snap is going to happen. It's going to trigger something out in space to happen. Whoosh, people get powers. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's very easy. As soon as I saw Eternals on screen, I was like, all right. They filled, because I didn't even think about that. They filled the gap in right there.
Well,
The
it
Eternals could fix everything.
because you got to think you had mutants going back to at least World War II.
They're not going to mention that. They're not going to bring any of
Right.
that in. They're literally everything that happened in the Fox universe
Mhm.
never happened. So none of that past of mutants, or they'll say the mutant gene lived dormant in people. Like it never was triggered up until this point after the whole snapperoo and all that other thing,
Yeah,
like
'cause-
using all the
Right.
Infinity Stone.
Fox
all they're
has
gonna do.
copyright. Fox has copyright on the word mutant too.
Yeah. Well, they don't anymore. Disney does.
All right.
Mm.
So with the Inhumans and Eternals and all this shit, they're gonna easily just sweep all that bullshit under the rug.
So
Remember,
have
this
you-
is a whole different universe. This is the MCU is not the comic book universe.
right.
It's not the ultimate universe. It's not anything. It's their own thing. So they don't have to say mutants start here. They can make mutants start wherever the hell they want them to start.
Mhm.
Right. So have you heard that they're considering casting Professor X and Magneto as POC people?
Allegedly, yeah.
Or
I say
saw
that's
post.
allegedly, yeah, because that
Yeah.
sounds very. Somebody said, "Ooh, I'm gonna type this and see what the fuck happens."
Somebody said that Denzel Washington could be
Yeah, you see what I'm
Magneto.
saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, when you hear stuff like that, somebody sat behind their computer and just was like, "Let me type this and see what happens."
well, why not? Why couldn't Denzel Washington?
No one's
be
saying he
Magneto?
couldn't, but that doesn't sound like something Marvel would just up and announce immediately.
No.
Because when the way Marvel announce things, there's a whole thing behind it. D23 happens or something, and they announce
Right.
something. They don't say, "Hey, we're thinking about casting black people," and then like run away. They don't. They don't do that. They will tell you straight up. Like when we got for
Right.
Blade, they said straight up, "I got Ali as Blade." Bam. And they
Hershaw.
got-
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
They told you what was going to happen. They're not going to just be like, "We might cast black people." Like,
Yes.
you knew before they even had a casting for Black Panther, they already showed you the concept art at D23. I remember the original concept art for Black Panther. The shit looked sick. I wanted to get a wall art of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He was on
We already
the stone.
Yeah, he was on the stone
Panther.
wall and he was like, and he was doing, yeah.
No,
There
his, his back was his
no,
back
there
was
was two
turned,
pictures.
right?
There's two pictures. You're talking about the one where you barely see him. There's another one where you can see him in full costume, and his costume pretty much looks like how it is in the MCU. But I thought they could never pull that costume off. I'm like, this joint looks too close to the. You can't make this.
On the throne.
No, he's not sitting. He's like standing up. He's got his claws up like this. He's like kind of in a cave, and it's like yellow light peering in behind him.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way they're gonna make this costume like look like this. And then when I saw him in Civil War, I was like, holy shit. I was like, they did it. They pretty much did the exact same costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Almost
wonder if
to
they're
a
going to give
T.
him his cape. I wonder if they're going to give him a cape.
No,
in the
do not
second
give
one.
him the cape. No, I'm okay.
Why not?
The cape is more so
That's
affiliated
corny.
with Fury, if anything.
Well, the cape by itself is on command. He can make it come out or go back in.
Don't do that. No,
So-
that's corny.
I mean, he does have like the nano technology now, so he might make that happen.
So he's gonna make himself corny.
Wow.
So, all right,
Either way.
while we're on the subject of Black Panther, how do y'all feel about I think now this is another thing that that I've heard. It wasn't confirmed by Marvel, but that they're gonna have Namor as the villain for Black Panther
I heard
2.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that rumor. I don't believe it until I see something.
I hope that is true.
It would
Maybe
be
two,
nice.
two kings
A
versus each other.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
heard
they hate each other in the comics.
Nah, as soon as they said Black
Madam
Panther,
Slay or whatever. Is that right? Madam Slay.
I don't know. I have no idea who.
Oh, right. That was you were saying that was Killmonger's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, but she's dead.
The
so.
comic series. In the comic series, she's Killmonger's girlfriend, but they were saying that in the beginning.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he killed her, right?
Yeah,
I-
he got her shot. Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
I'm just saying if they like changed her arc so that she wasn't his girlfriend.
Well, yeah. Just make up a Madam Slay that's not his girlfriend or something.
Right. Or if she was his ex-girlfriend or something.
Because okay, like another thing why I don't think the Namor thing is going to happen. As soon as I don't know, but like again, when they said, "Oh, we might cast black people," like when they already came up with a title called Two Kings, I'm like, this is fake because Disney didn't say anything. Disney said nothing, but all of a sudden we have a title like that makes no sense. That's not Disney like that's.
On a financial standpoint, though, Chadwick Boseman isn't getting any younger.
Speaking of,
Oh yeah,
have y'all seen him on?
Oh,
They were frying his ass.
Oh
on
man,
Instagram.
he's asking for too much money.
Oh, I thought
What
you
are you
were talking
talking
about the
about?
way he looked.
Nah, no. Oh, you talking about how he looks sick?
Bruh, they was frying his ass on Instagram the other day. They said the power of the Black Panther has been stripped.
Stripped away.
I was like, no. He's probably
Yo.
losing weight for a role or something.
That's what I think. I think that's for a role.
Because
That's
it's
what
a lot
happened
of
to Christian
weight.
Bale. That's
Yeah,
what happened to
Christian Bale did it. 50 Cent did it too. They all lost a lot of weight for a role.
I'm really hoping that's what it is because he looks emaciated. Like
Yeah.
He ain't got no body mass, bro.
Yeah.
God bless Chadwick Boseman, y'all.
Right.
It's got to be for a role. It's got to be.
Let's pray it's for a role.
Hope
Yeah.
He's not a role about slavery.
Oh,
Jesus.
my God. If I see another slave movie, I swear to God, yeah.
Cause he always plays like those pastime
Well, he stayed
Guys,
on.
That's
like
true. That's true. He does do that a lot.
Jesse
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson, James Brown.
Brown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you never know. It might be something in the past again.
Yeah, he's done. I feel like T'Challa's like the first fictional character.
And
Yeah.
modern character. Well, no, he did something. Well, that was after. That doesn't
He
count.
did 21 Bridges.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
doesn't
21
count.
Bridges was good.
Yeah, that was after Black Panther. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, all I saw was T'Challa trying to figure out a crime.
yeah, me too. I was like, oh shit, T'Challa in the city. Let's go,
Man,
nigga.
he just got a long trench coat, like where these bullets come from. That's it.
Who is selling
Yeah.
the purple flower?
Gonna lock these bridges so nobody gets out. That's all.
Rez. No, he was like, close the barrier. That's what I mean, raise the bridges. You all do not have barriers here.
But what were you talking about, Sam? He's asking for too much money.
So somebody was like, because I was reading an article about what happened to Jean-Claude Van Damme, and the reason why Jean-Claude Van Damme, he was a big action star, but the reason why he kept getting so little roles as his career was going on, he kept asking for more money.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why you
yeah.
see him, like a lot of his movies are direct to video.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because the last, like Kickboxer 4,
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
that Kickboxer 4, that's the movie where Dave Bautista was in it too.
Did you just say Kickboxer 4, nigga?
4, yes.
Why are there four of these?
Kickboxer 3 had Cody from Step by Step in it.
Oh, step by step, day by day.
Trash.
But you can't
Let's
step by
go. Let's get out of here.
It is, you gotta know, when you're, like you said, you have to know when you're like getting older. I feel like though, for it to be Black Panther 2, that he could ask for more, but
Yeah, he could. I hope he's
Oh,
not
yeah.
asking.
He absolutely should.
yeah.
He
should.
absolutely should ask for more money. I mean, the first one made $1 billion, like
Yep.
well over $1 billion. Come on now. I mean, everybody who was in the first one should get a bump in their pay.
Yeah,
That's
and
like getting a raise.
Oh no,
every
hold on.
year.
I'm just letting you know this right now. They're not everyone that was in that first one. They are not bringing back because those were high end black. they are not going to bring all of them back. There's
anything.
no way.
If they bring back Angela Bassett, she's only going to be there for like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, she's only going to be in there. She's too expensive. She's only going to be in there for like 5 minutes.
Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne were two of the higher paid actors because
Exactly.
they're A-list actors, whereas the other people they weren't considered A-list at that point.
True.
So
Wait,
they-
Lawrence Fishburne.
they
Yeah, not Lawrence
No, he should-
Fishburne. With the I.
Walker,
and-
Eyeball.
Walker.
Huh?
Forrest Whitaker. My boy
Forrest Whitaker.
As soon as I
There
say
you go.
eyeball,
Yeah.
his name
Yeah,
popped back in your head.
Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
I totally missed that.
I think they will come back, Alex, and because for two reasons, because it's Disney, and you don't want to say no to Disney, and the other reason is look what happened to your man from Iron Man 1.
Yeah,
Terrence Howard.
Oh, my bad. Not
and your girl from
He's
Trans.
still Iron Man.
Being
shut up.
being in Black Panther 2 is going to get you so much exposure. A bigger paycheck doesn't really mean that much.
Yeah.
It doesn't, but also in Iron Man.
But you're locked in though.
Well, not only that, but it's like they didn't get paid much the first go around. So now you can say, hey, we made $1 billion the last time. So there's proof that this movie is a moneymaker.
Here's one
Exactly.
thing. But here's one thing I want to say though. Okay. See, with Terrence Howard, they were putting him in the War Machine role. War
Yeah.
Machine is a reoccurring character,
Yeah.
and Terrence Howard could to potentially. Well, he already saw the potential in the whole universe.
Did
That joint could have. He could have started busting their ceiling up, and I'm pretty sure he tried to bust him over the head way too early, and they was like, "Fuck you, get the."
remember
fuck
his
out of here."
last words when he looked back and saw War Machine. He said,
Man.
"Next
Yep.
time."
Oh, I
He
thought you
said,
said
"Next
man.
time." It was no next time.
There
after
was no next time.
No, there was. There was a next time. There was a
no,
next time.
No,
He got
not for him.
no. Listen. There was a next time.
The next time he got
the next
shorter
time-
and skinnier.
and darker because he went to the Caribbean and he got a nice little tan and he stayed outside too long, so he shriveled up. Then he came back. He's a little different.
This man came out looking like Don Cheadle.
And Robert Downey was
Right.
like, Robert Downey
I
was
was like,
like,
what?
Robert Downey was like, I'm not going to say anything about your color.
Yeah. He was like, because I'm filming Tropic Thunder next week.
Exactly.
The sad thing about it is, though, they totally like took it out on War Machine's character. Like after that, War Machine's character was just never really the same, and he wasn't as involved. And it was like he just got dumbed down to, witty one-liner.
And here's why, CC, because if you go back and watch Iron Man 1, the relationship between the actors, Robert Downey Jr. and Terrence Howard was very good. Yeah. It was believable that they were like friends before this movie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Afterwards, it's like they're colleagues now.
Yes, exactly. Don Cheadle and Downey just
they're not friends.
They're
not friends.
Yeah, they never had that camaraderie. That first Iron Man movie is good. So good because of the relationship between those two characters.
Yeah.
It is.
Their attitudes play off really well for each other.
Yes.
They play off really well. Like imagine Iron Man 2 with the both of them. It would have been a tag team movie, and then they would have definitely had to pay Terrence Howard a lot more money to be in Iron Man 3 or some shit like that.
It would have been Lethal Weapon.
Exactly.
It would have been comic book Lethal Weapon.
That would have been tight. Oh my god! But I think they're trying to make up for that and do that with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because apparently the theme of that is supposed to be a buddy cop.
A buddy cop, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a buddy cop. So there's going to be missions happening, and then they're going to go out because they had a good relationship. They were funny.
Yeah,
them going back and forth, one being too serious and one always trying to crack a little joke here and there, like trying to get him to lighten up because he's a Russian spy who got brainwashed. So you got to try to bring him back in here. Like, come on back, buddy. It's over.
Wasn't he called like the White Wolf? Yeah, he was called
the White Wolf by your people, Sam. You guys.
You Sonny? But yeah, Hawkeye is funny because it's like even his sense of humor is kind of dark. So.
I mean, you gotta make jokes like you're the only person with no powers and everybody else got.
Hold on, isn't Hawkeye's show?
He's gonna be training up the girl.
Yeah, his daughter, right? Yeah.
Kate Bishop. No, it's not his daughter. It's not gonna be. It's
the girl that took over.
Yeah, the girl who. Have you seen the Bumblebee movie? The girl who's the main character in the Bumblebee movie. She's like a singer. Haley Steinfeld. She's gonna be in the Hawkeye TV show. She's the one who's playing Kate Bishop, who becomes Hawkeye.
I thought he was going to train his daughter because he mentioned he called his daughter Hawkeye.
That's still going on.
You know what?
Because remember he had that whole legal thing where
Disney brushed it under the rug. Okay. They swept it under the rug. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they brushed that under the rug, but DC's not going to do that for Ezra.
I don't know. I think they might. They might because they still got a filming date for The Flash.
Yeah, but they saw him choke a girl.
Well, there's a story behind it.
Wild.
There's a story behind it all. When you see her roll up on, he shouldn't have choked her. He shouldn't have choked her.
I think he was drunk too, right?
No, she was drunk and he was drunk, and she came up like kind of flailing, like, "What you gonna do?" And obviously his dumb drunk ass went over there and started choking her, which he shouldn't have done.
He was moving in slow motion. He was
drunk. Yeah. That's what happens when you're drunk. You move in slow motion.
But when that happened, when his hands wrapped around her neck, she just looked at the camera and started smiling.
I know. I think, that's the problem. Whoa. That's the problem too. Because I'm like, was this planned?
Is this for real?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I don't know, man.
But anyway.
DC Comics, we're not talking about you anymore.
Marvel's Trinity. Like, who do you think Marvel's Trinity is? Or who was the first Marvel Trinity?
Like,
explain.
Like, you know how DC has the Trinity, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman?
Right, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah. So who's DC? Who's Marvel?
See, here's the thing. No, go ahead, Cece.
Go Rio.
Here's the thing with Marvel's Trinity. There's a character that you can swap out. So there's Cap, of course.
Right.
Iron Man, and then you can swap out Thor or Hulk.
Yeah.
Hold on. You talking about as a main
Marvel.
To represent the company, you're saying, say it again. You're saying Iron Man? I mean, you said Captain America, who else?
No. We're not saying representing the company.
That's the Trinity. That's what the Trinity is for. The Trinity is like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. That's a Trinity. So they represent DC.
Who's the first Trinity?
Because Marvel's a mess of characters, so
Well,
you gotta.
if we're going like that, Spider-Man's number one.
Okay, that's what I'm
Spider-Man
about to
is
say.
the
What the hell are
company.
you saying?
He's the Mickey Mouse of Marvel.
Okay, who else? No, we need two more. Add two more.
Well, if we're going comic side, Wolverine.
Okay, that's smart. That's two. One more. Because I agree with you on those two.
Captain America.
Mm.
All right, who you go with, Sam?
So the original first Trinity was Captain America, the Human Torch, and Namor.
We already talked about that. We did that.
No, I'm saying who was the first Trinity.
Right.
That's whatchamacallit comics. That's
old
But
school.
that's still Marvel though.
it's not. It's timely stuff.
Sam?
All right, so it would have to be Spider-Man.
Mhm.
It would have to be Iron Man, and then Captain America as well. So
Okay, who you
Yeah.
got, CC?
And-
I mean, just based on what I know about the universe, and I would go with Captain America, Iron Man, and Captain Marvel. Quite honestly.
Okay. All right, here's mine. Me and Rio, we have the closest two together. I'm going Spider-Man, Wolverine, and I'm taking Iron Man.
Mhm.
Because those three, look at what they've done throughout the history of Marvel. Wolverine is everywhere. Iron Man literally brought you your MCU. Spider-Man, like you said, is Mickey fucking Mouse.
Right.
He's Mickey
now,
Mouse.
now here's the thing though. Iron Man is only on your list
because he brought you the MCU for the past
Yes.
11 years.
But before that movie, Iron Man was like a C-list hero. Like
Yeah.
nobody gave a shit about
But
Iron
no,
Man.
that's why he's in the. I didn't say he was number one in the Trinity. Number one in the Trinity is Spider-Man. Number two, Wolverine. Number three is Iron Man because of his recent contribution to the entire MCU.
Right. And my list was based off of the comic book side too. Like people who
Oh,
watch
mine's just
who-
off
who-
the entire Marvel universe as a whole.
then how can you include Wolverine on there?
Nigga, the X-Men movies were literally his.
Basically.
Every one of them were
Basically.
his.
I think he was like the highest paid
Through the
too.
cartoon, you saw Wolverine 60 to 70% of the time.
And video games.
The video game, yeah, Marvel versus Capcom. X-Men, the X-Men,
Yes.
the video game. He is in it. Like, he's in all of this shit.
He had his own video game, Wolverine.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, I've actually got that was
no,
actually a good
he had
game.
multiple. He had multiple.
He had 3 solo movies.
Yep.
Like, Wolverine, if you want to
And
talk
two of them were trash.
1.5 were trash.
1.5. Oh, wait. So you're
The first
saying
one was
Origins,
trash. The second,
or
the second
exactly.
one, and the third one was good.
Exactly.
The second and third
Origins
one was good.
Origins, trash. The
the
Wolverine,
second one was trash.
no, it wasn't. The Wolverine was trash at the end.
Yes.
Like, the
and that's
end
why I'm saying it's trash.
was trash. That's why I give it a
Yes.
1.5 because I loved it up until the point of that stupid ass metal mech suit.
That mech Silver Samurai.
Silver Samurai.
trash.
They destroyed the Silver
They-
Samurai.
That shit made me so fucking mad.
I was so
But-
mad.
So Logan is the only Fox Marvel movie that I own. It's the no, that's not true. And both of the Deadpool movies.
I'm about to say,
But
don't you lie in
as
the
far
house of Disney.
as far as far as the X-Men films, Logan is the only one that I have. All the other ones are trash.
I think I own the Wolverine and I own Logan.
I couldn't own the Wolverine. The ending was so bad.
I just
was
stopped
like,
watching when
I
the
can't.
ending pops up.
I
I
can't.
just stopped watching when the ending happens. I just say, okay, time to start Logan.
Yeah.
Just cut it off.
Okay, but all right. Anyway, I'll give you Wolverine. Okay, fine,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Maybe the general public knows enough about.
That's what I'm saying. But like the way I base
But-
the Trinity on is globally, who do people see? Like when you think of globally, who do people see on DC side? They see motherfucking Batman. They know that Superman symbol. They know that S on the chest. And they
Yes.
know Wonder Woman. That is it.
But if you're gonna go by merchandising, there's way more people wearing Captain America shirts than are Iron.
Yeah, because
Tell me
there
I'm
are more
wrong.
Americans wearing that. Of course, yes.
Well,
We're
that's
Americans. What else the fuck would we wear? I'm not even the biggest fan of fucking Captain America. I own the shield. I own the shirt. I'm not stupid. Every flag day, I'm busting that shirt out. Like,
Hey man, when people work out, they wear Captain
yeah,
America
you wear the
apparel.
Captain America apparel. Of course. Why wouldn't you?
And that's not just in America though.
It's like we like Captain
Ain't nobody. Oh, I ain't gonna say that. Go ahead.
America is to Spider-Man what All Might is to Deku. Number one.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Captain America is the original Avenger. You know what I'm saying? And so like his position in the Marvel universe, that's kind of why I picked the characters that I picked, because their position in the Marvel universe is like make or break whether or not the fate of the humanity survives. And even though Captain Marvel appears with the Avengers much later, she's basically a god in terms of like how powerful she is.
Speaking of Captain Marvel, we gotta talk about her. What are they going to do to give her like something to fight? She's literally unstoppable.
Her sequel is supposed to be based off of the Secret Invasion, which is very smart.
Actually, you can't say she's unstoppable. And
Literally,
here's why.
she could have broke Thanos' neck.
Listen, and I will always point this out. When she was flying towards Thanos, he basically pretty much like diverted her direction. Like he caused her to go.
He has the Power Stone at that time. He could have stopped anything that he wanted.
Well, no, he didn't.
He did, and then he pulled it out of the gauntlet and punched her in the face with it. He had the Power Stone at the time. It could have easily diverted her at any point in time he wanted to. That was easy.
I watched a video recently that made, of course, Avengers Endgame even more interesting to me. And the video focused on the fight between Captain Marvel and Thanos, right? So what Captain Marvel's weakness is lack of energy. If she's fighting somebody who absorbs energy, then she doesn't have any power. She essentially becomes like a regular ass person again. That's why she lost the road, right? So
I remember what she lost.
Next time you watch Avengers Endgame, the reason that she was so powerful fighting Thanos is because she grabbed the Infinity Gauntlet with all the Infinity Stones on it, and you can see her absorbing the energy from the gauntlet while she's fighting him.
Right.
Do I look like the DVD player? Do I look like the DVD player?
That's why when he headbutted her, she didn't move at all.
Right.
Yeah, she didn't budge.
Yeah. Once she lost the connection to the Infinity Gauntlet, then that was when he punched her with the power. He pulled the Power Stone off the gauntlet.
And punched her
with the other hand.
Smacked her in the face.
Yeah.
Just gave her a pimp slap straight across the room. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, you can't hit females like this. This is disrespectful.
Yeah.
So you guys got any interesting facts?
Disney Plus. What else?
What else about Disney Plus?
I love it.
We need some new Disney Plus because this quarantine is.
I know this joint is killing me. They could have released some shit. Or no, COVID-19. Never mind. But go ahead.
So basically, y'all know about the different universes and the different Earths, like Earth 616 and was it
Barely.
21
numbers.
All right, so the few that I have, you know that the 616 universe is the mainstream comic book universe.
Yes.
And Earth 2149 is basically the zombie universe. Where everybody is pretty much zombies and like all the heroes and stuff like that.
They started universe hopping,
Yeah.
because they actually consumed their entire universe now.
Then Earth 12041 is the Disney XD universe.
Wow.
Where all the Disney XD characters are on, like the new Spider-Man, and then even That's So Raven.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
So is that So Raven watching their show, or is
You mean like
how does it work?
There was a character from That's So Raven on there.
Oh.
So is she like in the comic, or are
she's in the show? Like that whole XD is like its own universe.
So, but I have a question: is That So Raven's universe watching the Marvel shows, or are the Marvel shows a part of her?
I think
that's what I'm saying. Can she walk into a Marvel show?
I think they're a part of.
So she can walk into like a cartoon and just become a cartoon, or they can like walk out of their cartoons and just become solid mass.
I guess. But was it Earth 1999999 is the MCEU universe.
MCEU?
Yeah.
The entertainment universe, the MCU, the Disney universe.
Hold on,
Disney movie universe.
That's the number it got, 99999.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
Do you know who created the 616? Why, like the creator of why it's known as the 616 universe?
Cause nigga, gang style nigga.
Because
That's why.
Because Crip Walk.
Yeah, nigga.
So the creator of it was Alan Moore, and it was actually coined that in a Captain Britain story.
Oh, I
Yep,
forgot that
Captain
Captain Britain
Britain.
even existed.
Yeah,
Boo, Captain Britain, boo.
Yeah, that's Stan Lee went over there, right?
What you mean?
I forgot how they made Captain Britain.
Oh yeah, I don't know much about the that
Me
character is so just convoluted to me. He's
And
the
weird.
brother. He's the brother of Psylocke. I don't know whether he's a superhero or if he's a mutant. I don't know what his real powers are.
And apparently there are multiple Captain Britons too. You know that, right? There's not just
He-
one. There's like a whole strange word. I gotta Google it, but it's like a whole.
Yeah, so I gave up on that character. I was like, whatever. I'll figure you out later. But and the reason that Alan Moore called it the 616 was because he didn't like how DC titled all their Earths after like single digit numbers.
Oh my god!
Oh, Earth
You
2,
see what I'm saying, man?
Earth 3.
He said that sounds like so basic.
Just out of I don't like this, so I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes more sense if there were multiple realities.
Why don't you just name the
How
reality?
do you
of it?
designate like a reality number one? What, that would be like the Utopia reality, I guess. The one where never mind.
Or the original one,
Let me
I
not
don't
get
know.
One.
I was about to get political.
or you could call it Earth Zero. You know, that's the center of everything. That's where everything starts, and then everything goes from there because everything starts from zero.
All right,
Math.
mathematician.
No, it's just common sense, motherfucker. Have you ever looked at a goddamn grid? Y'all did not pay attention in math class. Clearly, it was like, oh, everything starts where? Everybody's like, what?
It's okay.
Yes.
That's just what they tell you. That doesn't mean that's really what it is.
You gotta put that graphic. the
Oh
more
my
you know.
god, nigga! Is that the black side of you coming out right now? Conspiracy theorist ass nigga. That's what they tell you it is. That's what they
I don't
telling you.
believe, I don't believe none of that. That's what the man's telling
Yeah, that's what they telling you, King. It's actually 5G.
you.
The answer is 5G.
5G, son. What do you guys think is, well, aside from what we've just mentioned, what do you all think is next for Marvel? Or what do we know is next, and what do you anticipate?
I need them to fucking hurry up and buy Sony and kill the Venom universe.
Yes. Oh my God.
I need them
Woo!
to kill it. Come
Thank
on,
you.
Lord Disney. Kill the
Well,
Sonyverse.
hey, you know your man's coming to play Carnage, your boy.
Man, fuck him, man. Fuck that nigga,
You
man.
keep bringing that dude up.
Man, fuck that man, yo.
You don't want them
He's
to
not-
Venom, you just want them to dead it.
Dead it. No, dead it. Dead it. Dead it. It's
Yeah.
bad. Dead it.
I didn't
will
like the
not
first
watch
Venom
Venom.
movie.
I will not watch Venom in spite. Just in
I
spite.
didn't like it. I thought it was trash.
I'll go with what you believe.
They're gonna have Carnage crave Twinkies because of Zombieland.
Oh my God.
I
Have
don't
you
want to hear
seen the
any more of
outfit?
this.
Have you seen the outfit that they have Woody Harrelson wearing? He's wearing like a
wearing
Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense for a psychopath killer. Most killers in movies are wearing dumbass
Dexter.
Hawaiian shirts. Yeah, Dexter. Serial killers are always wearing a random ass Hawaiian shirt. Maybe all murders happen in Florida. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, Florida man strikes again.
Oh, maybe he is Florida man. He just
Stop
happened
it.
to move over to
Stop
California.
it.
It was like, yo, let me finish this up.
Stop it.
Let there be carnage, motherfucker.
Shut up.
That's vacation for them, going on a killing spree.
Pretty much.
So here's another example of Sony fucking up their universe like they like to do. So, you know, the Morbius movie, they already showed the trailer for that. And in the trailer, they got Michael Keaton. Michael
Yeah.
Keaton, right?
Mhm.
So they both get locked up in the same
Oh yeah, I
Rikers
heard about
Island
that.
jail or whatever.
Though the jails
So-
don't look similar at all.
Right. And then
Continuity.
also Cletus Cassidy, you know, Carnage from Venom, he's locked up clearly somewhere on the West Coast, San Francisco
yeah.
jail or whatever. So now all the Sinister Six, are they like gonna meet up? How's Venom gonna meet up with Vulture,
I don't know.
Morbius, Electro. They're all in New York. Like,
I know. That's what I'm
They're
saying. They got
all in
locked
New
up in New York. So how did they get transferred? Oh, I know what they're going to do. They're going to transfer them into a different jail. Jail transfer. They do that all the time. So they're going to say that, okay, that's what it was. It was jail transfer.
right from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Yeah. And plus we don't know where the raft is located. Like the raft moves.
They're
So-
not going to be allowed to use the raft, I don't think. The raft is MCU. And Kevin Feige has said that everything that Sony does, we can let our characters
Participate.
we can let our characters go to them, but their characters will not come to us.
That's stupid. Why would you do that then? Because now
Because
you're
their
making it
films
worse.
are trash.
But no, but see, here's the thing now. Like, okay, their films are trash. We can say this all the live long day, right? But like I said, well, we have to think of this as a global universe. If Spider-Man, obviously, because Spider-Man is still owned by Sony, if Spider-Man goes in his proper universe, which is technically the Venom situation, if he goes back over there, interacts with them, he can't come back and forget that anything ever happened. Like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. He can't be like, all right, well, I just got tracked by 2 psychopath killers, and I'm just going to come back over here and mourn over Tony some more. Like, it doesn't work that way. You can't just forget about a traumatizing situation with a toothed alien that's trying to eat your brains.
They should
There's
just
no
bring
way in the
Andrew
world.
Garfield back. They should just let him play
No.
Spider-Man
Oh,
again
shut the hell up.
and leave him and let him play in the Sony universe and leave Tom Holland in the MCU.
They can't do that. They can't do that.
Yeah, no, because money.
Yeah.
And Andrew Garfield, I doubt would want to.
You know
come
what?
back
I will
anyway.
say this though.
Yeah.
Though I am in the house of Disney, I'm gonna. Here's my hot take. I'm starting to think it's not such a good idea that Disney owns all these things.
Really? What gave you that inclination?
Again, because of money. Now that we're at the cusp of Disney owning all of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're already seeing these battles, these legal battles over Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
The last hurdle they have to do is the Incredible Hulk. The reason why the Incredible Hulk can't have any major solo time by himself is because Universal owns his distribution. And Universal is not going to be dumb enough to allow any type of money stop them from giving up distribution unless they hit, maybe this COVID-19 situation might have them hitting a financial wall, and they might be like, all right, well, we're willing to sell it to you for this. But if they survive this whole situation, you have money in the bank. You don't even have to make a movie. They're putting the Hulk in their movie, period. You're just collecting a check. Why would you ever give up your distribution to that? That's stupid.
I
free money.
actually heard that they got the rights to the Hulk back.
Well, they never announced anything. We're not hearing anything it blowing up anywhere because
I know
that matters.
No,
A lot.
Let me see if I can find something on it. The Hulk is supposed to be featured in the She-Hulk TV show.
Yeah, he's going to be featured. He can't do it on his own. Like there's the Incredible Hulk is in a weird place. Spider-Man is in a weird place. Now we can say this. Let's say Disney does get all of it back. Gets the entire I said Disney universe, Marvel universe in its grasp, right?
Mm-hmm.
One problem with Disney likes to censor shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Disney is not going to allow certain stories to happen.
Yeah.
We've already seen them with censoring a girl's butt recently on a Disney movie of some girl that's a mermaid or some crap like that. These fools put like digital hair behind her butt on a 90s movie. And the thing is, it's not like it's hidden. You can see that, like, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with her ass? Like, there's like hair that's it's some Disney movie that is about a mermaid or whatever. Tom Hanks meets some mermaid or some crap like that.
Oh,
Splash, yeah. So they digitally put hair behind her butt when you see it removed, it's already something blocking most of her butt. It's just like a bikini that's kind of shaped like hair.
Mm.
So when you see the original, you can't see her butt anyway.
Mhm.
So I'm like, why did you take the extra mile to digitally remove like her thigh? I guess I'm like, if Disney's going to go to that extreme to basically censor that movie, who's to say that that's not going to start crossing over into the Marvel universe? They're going to say, okay, well, now you're going a little too far. We don't want to tell that story.
Well, we don't know what, all they had in their contract or whatever.
Well, it's not about even having a contract. It's about they own them. It's not even a contract anymore. You're owned by Disney. Whatever they say goes.
I think they're gonna probably get away with as much as they can without pissing off the Marvel fans.
That's the problem. Well,
that's the thing about the Marvel fan base is like you have this base who, are experts in terms of like the comic book origins. And if it doesn't match, you know what I mean? At least to a certain extent, you're gonna, turn them off to the film.
but will the mouse care? That's the thing. The mouse don't give a fuck.
The mouse
cares
about money the most.
Exactly. The mouse wants to please the most amount of people. So us Marvel fans who like, okay, when we see Marvel Zombies come out, we want to see them tear shit up.
Right.
Because that's going to be in the What If universe. Now, if we don't get to see them tear shit up, we're going to be like, what the fuck is this? It's going to be The Walking Dead. I don't want to see The Walking Dead on TV. I want to see it worse. Marvel Zombies was crazy.
Right, but I think Disney is like you just kind of outlined. They're more likely to censor stuff as it relates to like nudity and stuff than they are violence.
We'll see.
Right.
What here's the thing. We'll see when it comes to Deadpool 3.
That's true.
Deadpool 3 is still going to be rated R.
Yes, it's supposed to still be rated R. But we're still talking about a mouse here. We're still talking about that goddamn mouse.
No, but I think that when it comes to Marvel, like Marvel is still, even though it's part of the Disney conglomerate now, it's still looked at in a different light than like Walt Disney Studios. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You think Captain Marvel, you don't think Mickey Mouse right away.
Oh, I do. I do immediately.
You're part of the Disney cult, but that's just
Well,
So
business
Alex, quick Google search. I Google search, did Disney get the rights back to the Hulk?
Mm-hmm.
And immediately at the top, a new leaked report says that Disney and Marvel Studios have brought back the rights to Hulk and Namor for film, making it possible to do a solo Mark Ruffalo Hulk film in Marvel Phase 4 or Marvel Phase 5.
Hold on. What happened with that's a leak? We need them to say something. Because they said something
January 5th, 2020.
It doesn't matter, but we need them to say something. Like the Fox deal was brought to our light. It literally came out and they said, we have it. Hey, everybody, we got it. I need to hear, hey, everybody. That's why I don't like rumors or leaks. I need to know for a fact that they got this shit.
Well, if Namor is the villain in Black Panther 2, then we'll know.
Yeah, but because who owned Namor? That's where I'm confused.
That I guess Universal owned Namor as well.
But Namor was a part of the Fantastic Four situation. That's Fox.
No. Namor predates the Fantastic Four.
It was the first three. It was Captain America, Namor.
That's the comic book situation. I'm talking about who owns we're talking about movie rights. This is totally different. Movie rights are different.
Yeah, but Namor doesn't go along with the Fantastic Four because he's not a subsidiary character of the Fantastic Four. So who was he?
Four. So I guess Universal must have had him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's a very obscure character for Universal to randomly.
Because Ego the Living Planet, Marvel didn't own the rights to him. They had to borrow him from Fox.
Oh yeah, because technically a lot of that galactic shit is X-Men stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like the Phoenix, the Shi'ar Empire. Like when I heard them say Shi'ar and the Kree, when they said those words in a Marvel movie, I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is happening? I was like, are we getting the X-Men back? Because remember, they said Kree before they had the rights to the Kree. I don't know there might have been some type of quiet talks in the back where they said, all right, we ain't gonna fuck you up for using that word, because that's a well-known X-Men thing. We were all there for the Phoenix Saga. We all know about the Kree and the Shi'ar Empire. We know what happened with that.
Yeah.
So when I first heard that in Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, holy fucking hell, something's happened. That's when I will accept rumors. When I hear something in a movie that I know for damn sure shouldn't have been in that movie, that means somebody got to be talking to somebody.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to look for clues of maybe Namor was mentioned or something.
We need to hear something solid about Black Panther 2 before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to come out in 2022, I want to say.
Well, now it's probably not going to happen.
Probably not even going to happen in 2022.
Let's be real. You know what I mean? In light of this situation, pretty much
COVID-19.
anything and everything that requires filming with more than 5 people in the same room is going to
Not going to happen.
It's going to be delayed.
2025.
Yeah, that makes sense.
2025.
That makes sense.
Far, but at least it's probably going to get pushed back.
Because you said it was supposed to come out in 21?
2022.
Oh yeah, that ain't coming out till like 2023. Because if they're announcing that it's coming out in 2022, that means their lazy asses didn't really do anything. That's what that means. No work was done.
Late last year, they announced it was going to be May of that year, so it's probably going to be, mid to late.
Yeah,
they can announce it. There's no script. Right?
Yeah, you could make announcements like that because they have a tight schedule and they literally fit in screen boarding, writing, and everything. And they do this, and they say, "All right, this needs to be done by this day." And sometimes they don't give a fuck, and it literally shows in the Marvel movies. Captain America, the first Avenger. You can see where shit don't make no sense. And Black Panther, you can see where they lost time. They didn't have enough time to finish it, and they even admitted it. That final fight is not a finished fight. You can clearly see that. Why are these costumes looking like they came off my PlayStation right now? This doesn't make any sense. Remember when we were watching it again at your house, Sam, and we were looking at the water press? We were like, hold on, did they just clone the water from one end? We was like, what the fuck? Like when you sit back and watch it, you can see where they didn't have a choice. Because Disney puts
they clone the water. What are you talking about?
Bruh.
So here's the thing. My TV is a 4K TV, right? Mm-hmm. So normally when you look at like superhero films and stuff like that, if you have like a 720
1080p,
I'd even go down as 720. The movie, everything looks seamless. They look put together well. But once you see that bump in clarity in 4K,
you notice everything.
You can see where like the hover ship. You can't even see the air.
No drop shadow.
Nothing.
No drop shadow. I'm like, how do you fix a drop shadow?
It was just a repeat of ripples in the water.
A literal repeat that you could count. You're like, okay, that's the same ripple coming back and forth.
Wow.
Remember how we saw in the soldiers in what you call it, Ninja Scroll? How it was the same frame jumping back and forth? The same thing happened in Black Panther, and we were literally able to point it out. We were like, nigga.
And like when we were watching it, I almost turned the movie off because you kept pointing out stuff.
I know. I kept seeing it. I'm like, why?
You kept pointing out stuff, and I was like, dude, stop. Just shut the hell up.
Like you could find all the
so what's your beef with Captain America: The First Avenger? Where do you feel like they boring?
One, it's boring. The CG is trash. What else?
The CG is where's the CG trash at in that movie?
Everywhere. Where you see environments when they're inside of places, they look like shit.
What are you talking about?
Steve Rogers' head floating on that tiny body looks like shit. You can see it floating off axis. Can you not see this? Next time, watch it with your glasses on.
Yeah.
You're going to be pissed off. I'm telling you. I watched it and I sat there. I'm like, y'all told me this was good. And I kept sitting there.
Because it is good.
And why did I fall asleep?
Did you like The Rocketeer? Have you ever seen The Rocketeer?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I think I've seen that.
It's the same director. The guy who directed The Rocketeer
what does that mean?
Is the same person who directed Captain America. It's supposed to feel like a period film.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the whole
period
point.
shit instead of using a green screen. I can tell you're behind a green screen through most of the movie. He's behind a green screen through 90% of that movie.
Yeah, he is.
Watch the movie again, I'm telling you.
On a good TV.
Please, yes, on a good TV. And the only time where it was acceptable when he was on his motorcycle running through those little tanks or whatever he was doing, some bullshit there. That looked fine because there was enough natural environment to where I believed I was in that point in time.
And
Once
what about the final battle? With
indoor locations looked trash. You cannot.
That was a practical location. That wasn't CG. when he was fighting in the room with the Tesseract, that was a room. That was
We're
built.
going to.
That was a set.
I'm gonna hurt myself. All right. We're gonna start doing some more. Sam, we gotta get. We're doing a Marvel rewatch. We're gonna do a whole series of a Marvel rewatch. We're gonna watch Captain America. All right.
So basically,
we're gonna
just share
start
my screen.
counting off.
Just
We're
share
gonna
screen.
start counting off all the bullshit. Now, if we share screens on this, you're not gonna see anything. We're gonna sit down together, and I want you to see this shit. All
I
right.
don't want to sit down and get until next year.
I'm gonna argue you down on every little nitpick thing that you point out.
Nitpick?
If it's legitimate, I'll give
Why
it
is
to
his
you.
head floating? Defend it.
He can't even defend it. He can't defend it.
Defend it. His head is
It's
floating.
because I
That's deep side, man.
consciously ignore it. And I consciously ignore that. That
So
is
you're
not.
more in the church of Disney than me. If you're going to
All right,
consciously
all right.
ignore bad CGI.
Have you ever seen what's the one with Brad Pitt where he's fucking aging backwards?
Benjamin Button.
Yes, Benjamin Button. How compare that to Benjamin Button?
I didn't finish.
I didn't see
Benjamin
that.
Button.
I
Yeah,
didn't see
so
that.
you got to give me another
Yeah,
comparison.
come on, let's go.
All right, well, I'm trying to think of another one where they had to take an actor and make them look like something that they're not.
I could count on all the bad CGI. There was even bad CGI in Civil War. At a certain scene, Iron Man's head is floating, and it kind of
Yes.
floats off. Yeah, and I pointed out, but that movie was also good. So I'm like, all right, that's a flaw.
Hold on, but kind of floats off. Like how far off? Because you got to give a little
Enough
bit
to
of wiggle
where
room.
I can't do this. I'm trying to do it, what he did, and my neck physically can't do it. That's how much it floated off.
You
Like, it
are
literally
so.
That's not a nitpick if your head is not attached to your body. I'm sorry. That doesn't make sense to me. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? You want me to pretend like I don't see it? I can't be like, all right, I'm gonna just turn my eyes off for like half
As
of the
a
movie.
photographer, you should be able to see it.
Exactly. Like, you can't not deny these things.
It's not that I don't see it. I give them the wiggle room
Just like
because
you give Fast and the Furious too much wiggle room.
Hey, don't knock Fast and the Furious.
Catching cars, swinging a car like Tarzan.
I
plausible.
told you.
It's
I
Oh,
plausible.
it's not.
when- it's not. I told you when I watch Fast and the Furious movies, I go in there and I turn my brain off.
So you do
And
the
I
same thing for
enjoy-
Disney movies.
I let water run out of the corner of my mouth and I watch the movie. Okay.
Hey, we did the same thing for
and then
Hobbs
I
and
turn
Shaw.
it back on when I
Hobbs
leave.
and Shaw.
Don't talk about Hobbs and Shaw. That shit was
Remember
shit.
what a helicopter versus the Rock?
He said,
I know, man. What the hell?
that man was holding the helicopter and
Like it
the
was a
truck.
balloon.
He wasn't Captain
He
America.
was like, look at my balloon. Yay, I have a
They're all
helicopter.
superheroes, Sam. The Fast and Furious franchise, the only movie that they weren't superheroes in was the first one.
Exactly. It was a great movie, too.
well, the first and the second one, right?
First and second. I would say
Yeah.
the first and second. They were not superheroes. They weren't superheroes.
Yeah,
Not
they
the
weren't
second.
superheroes.
They weren't working for the government.
Whoa.
They weren't doing classified missions
Well,
where
they technically
the
started
government
working for the
can't be
government.
there.
They sort of kind of
Right.
started working for the government in the second one. Sort of, kind of. It was
well,
there.
Yeah,
If
to
they,
get a-
if they didn't
to get
do
a
something,
drug
they were
deal,
going to go to
right?
jail, right? Yeah, they were going to go to jail.
Okay,
So
but
that counts
like,
as working for the government.
But
It counts.
espionage stuff, like going
Yeah,
to
they were.
another
They were
country,
not spies. Now they are
Yeah.
super spies who cannot die from 40-foot drops for some
No.
reason.
with souped up
Absolutely
cars, hacking devices.
Hey,
yes.
Rio, I
And
need you to
expert
break
at
your. Hold
using
on,
all guns.
Rio. If you, God forbid, if you break your arm, I want you to flex out of it after taking some Percocet. I literally threw my cup on the ground when I saw that shit. I was like,
He took the pill. He
is this
took the
nigga
pill.
Popeye? This nigga Popeye.
He took the pill, but the pill wasn't even like. If you just swallow it right away, it's not going to act. It's
Nothing
not gonna, like,
happens.
It's not going to happen. You got to
He
give it
took
at
that
least like
shit and
30
went like,
minutes.
"Rah!" It just
I
blew
love
out
it.
of that bitch.
I fucking love that. I eat that shit up like fucking
And then your boy,
like jelly beans.
what's his name?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. He said, "The streets always win," and then he used earthquake like a fucking Pokemon and broke down an entire parking garage. Fuck out of here!
I love that shit. Are you telling me you're telling me you weren't highly entertained by that?
I laughed at it.
That's entertainment.
At, not with. There was no with. And everybody in
Oh
the movie
God.
theater was quiet when that happened because they knew that shit was dumb.
And you looked around.
And I was the only one laughing. I laughed at that shit in the movie theater.
He used earthquake like a Pokemon.
That nigga was Rhydon. That nigga said Rhydon used earthquake, bitch, and then took down the whole building.
The streets always win.
That was the dumbest. How we get here? Anyway,
How do
Marvel.
Because y'all were hating on Marvel special effects. You gotta
No,
give
we're-
these dudes
no.
wiggle room.
We're talking about Captain America.
Here's the thing.
They just don't.
And here's another problem. Here's another problem with what Disney does. Like, I understand Marvel's a money machine right now. They printing money. But see, I guess I have a different philosophy. I'm more of quality over quantity. So if I'm like, all right, we're going to tell this story, right? We don't need to rush them. Let them tell the story they need to tell and let them get the fucking graphics done. Like, don't say, all right, well, don't fuck up Black Panther and be like, all right, well, we need this next movie to come out. So guess what? Piece together that fight however you can, and then throw it out there. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes, I agree.
That pissed
but-
me off.
I agree, but here's the problem with that. So you want to be 50 years old and then finally
I
see
don't
Black
care.
Panther.
I don't care as long as I got a good movie.
You will care because you'll be like, grown out of Black Panther. I'm not watching that shit no more. I'm gonna watch this new Morgan Freeman.
That's the
movie.
thing. This is the thing. I'm telling you. I'm a different type of person. I rather care about quality than quantity. The same thing with video games. When Call of Duty started coming out every fucking year, what happened?
Yes,
The
trash.
quality turned to trash.
Yes.
When they started
And it
giving
went
it
back.
some, and when they started giving it some space, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I might
Space.
play this.
Space
Nah,
with a
not the-
grappling hook and everything else. All that.
Okay, I skipped all that shit. Fuck that shit.
Then it went back to
Modern Warfare and World War II, and they slowly just started giving it a little breathing room. Then we started getting. I was shocked. A Call of Duty story that I care about. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, that's what you need. Rockstar Games, what they do with Red Dead Redemption and what they do with GTA 5. You notice they don't rush those. They don't care if you want another one. They say, F you, I'm going to sit back and make you want to play this by writing a decent story and piecing this game together. That's what I care about. I will always I'm going to buy another GTA because of how great GTA 5 was. I'm going to buy another Red Dead because of how great Red Dead. I don't care if I got fucking 10, 50 million grays coming out my beard. I'm buying that shit. My
we all
grandkid going to be
can-
mad.
We all can agree
Touch the
that
PlayStation.
Captain America, the
Was
first
trash,
Avenger,
yes.
was better than Bloodshot.
I never saw Bloodshot, so I can't tell you that.
Okay. So,
I'm not going to diss Bloodshot. I can't diss something I never saw.
Captain America: The First Avenger is better than Iron Man 3.
Yes, it is.
of course, yeah.
I'll give you that. You know why? Because I can even though I fell asleep on Captain America, I was angry. And I left that movie theater in a blind rage. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? This is trash. This whole thing. And I love Iron Man from the movies. I do not like the Iron Man cartoon. I do not like. Well, I never read any of the Iron Man comic books, so I can't speak on that. But I hated the Iron Man cartoon. So when I saw the first Iron Man, I went in there like, this ain't gonna be shit. And then I left like, yo, I love Iron Man. But Iron Man
Captain
3,
America: The First Avenger is better than Thor: The Dark World. You got to think about that.
Well, on that note, let's
the levels of trash though.
The levels of trash. Captain America has the best comic book trilogy of any superhero.
maybe.
Are you talking about a
Fight-
movie?
Fight
movie?
me.
In the movie?
Yes. Fight me.
No, he doesn't. Trilogy? He has the last
Trilogy.
two.
Best trilogy of any comic book superhero.
2 and 3 were good.
I think
And one was good enough.
No, it wasn't. I went to sleep.
Good is
I
not
don't
the same
know
as
what
good enough.
happened.
You must not like period. Have you seen Saving Private Ryan?
Yes, I loved it. What are you
Have
talking
you
about?
seen-
I love period movies. You can't.
Have you seen 1917?
I rented it just now. I'm going to watch it as soon as I get the fuck out of here.
You're gonna fucking love that movie. That's probably my favorite
Trust me.
movie of this year.
Don't get me
already.
wrong. I love period movies because I love that type of shit. The way I thought Captain America was going to look, I thought they were going to give me that gritty period shit. But when I saw all that 3D and green screen shit back there, I'm like, y'all could have saved a shit ton of money by just trying to make it as authentic to the 1940s as possible. Like, There are sites in Germany you could have used. There's sites in Spain you could have used. There's sites everywhere. There's sites in America you could have used and not spent the amount of money that you spent
Yes,
to
but
put
this
a
is
green
comic.
screen up.
This is comic book world.
It doesn't matter. They didn't use the green screen that much when it came to the second movie. They only used it for the sky, for the battle with,
helicarrier.
the helicarriers, and to put the building in Washington D.C. that doesn't exist. They used it twice in that entire movie, and it was still a great movie. So they've proven that you don't need. I could have used my room. My room is more authentic.
A lot
to
of
the
some of your favorite scenes in the Winter Soldier were filmed at nighttime, which they were CG. The boat and the chase between him and the Winter Soldier.
I know, because you can't. They're not going to throw Chris Evans out of a fucking helicopter and then chase him down with a camera.
I'm talking about on the boat when he was fighting on the boat.
See, that's the difference. Obviously, that's common sense that you're not going to send a boat out in the middle of the ocean. You're not going to take a fucking.
Yeah, so that's what
you're
I'm
not
saying.
renting a giant ship
That's
to do
still
that.
all CG too,
No,
and the rooftop
okay.
chases.
See, this is why we have to watch it together so I can explain what I'm trying to say. There are certain parts in the movie that they literally did not have to do it, but they chose to do it anyway. So when we sit down and we watch it together, then I'll point out, because I think we're kind of missing
and then I'll try and
I know what you
explain
mean.
why they still had to do it that way.
All right. Oh, you better come up with a good ass answer too. You better have a good ass answer.
Gentlemen, any last words
Oh
about
shit.
Marvel? Because
We love Marvel.
I don't know how long we've been doing this show, but I know it's been quite a while.
What time do
Yeah,
we
we're
start?
definitely at time.
Oh shit, it's like
Any last
8:13.
words about Marvel, not Disney Plus related.
Oh, never mind.
Look, painted them in a corner.
Storm
Go ahead.
origin story. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's true.
I know.
She does.
I don't know. I guess just everybody, for all of our listeners, leave comments. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about. If you have any corrections on this episode, like stuff that Alex said.
Any characters that we didn't highlight.
Yeah. Favorite storylines, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tell us about your stories. What do you like?
All right, gentlemen, how can we like you guys and follow you guys?
Let's start off with Plantain Poppy.
Plantain Poppy.
How can
Hey,
we follow you?
SF Design 21 on all platforms.
And don't forget to follow Plantain Poppy on OnlyFans.
Jesus.
not having OnlyFans.
It's not up yet.
Yeah, there you go.
My God.
You almost shown
For
off
me,
that.
I got 3 videos.
What you got, Rio?
it's gonna be Griffin_Studios on Instagram, and on Twitter it'll be Rio_Griffin.
Alex.
You could not follow me at Metro_Tom on Instagram, and you could do not follow me on Twitter at Metro_Tom.
So many
And read these books.
So, and don't forget, follow Everybody Gets 01 on Instagram and Twitter, and Everybody Gets 1 ONE on Facebook. As for me, you can follow me at CC the Geek on Facebook and Instagram, and CC the Greek Geek on Twitter. And don't forget to follow HBCU at HBCUCon on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. That's it.
Yay!
Yay. All right, y'all.
Stop playing with your plantain, Sam. God damn, he down there hard.
Wow.